It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so I wanted to discuss this because I was sitting here and I was thinking about what could be some big fights for the future at 140. And one matchup that I came up with in my mind, and I think this is going to be a fight that winds up heating up, a potential matchup that winds up heating up over these next couple of years, hopefully sooner rather than later, these guys fight. Because I think it'd be an explosive and fun fight for boxing. So we're going to talk about it. So that man right there by my left shoulder, Ernesto Tito Mercado, one of the most explosive, power-punching, boxer punchers in the sport today. I love what he's got going on. If you guys don't know this kid, I would highly advise you to check him out. I know Timothy Bradley checked him out because Timothy Bradley told me when I interviewed him that he'd watched my video about him. So I put Timothy Bradley on Ernesto Mercado, which is pretty cool. But Ernesto Mercado, I love the attitude he's bringing to the sport. He's got a mean streak to him. He's a very confident guy. He's teetering on, you could say, being a little cocky, which I like. I think the great fighters, right? Your Crawfords, your Inoues, your Canelos, a lot of these guys, they have a certain cockiness to them because of the work they put in the gym and the preparation they put into their craft, right? So I feel like he's got a little bit of that to himself, right? And I love the way he fights. I love what he just brings to the ring. So it's crazy to me when you look at Ernesto Mercado's standing in the sport of boxing in the 140 division. It's crazy to me that he's not ranked, because there's guys in the rankings who I don't think have beaten the caliber or the level of opposition he's defeated, and they're in the rankings and he's not. Because when I check, right, when I've checked the governing organizations, I mean, he's not ranked anywhere in the WBC. He's not ranked anywhere in the WBA. He's not ranked anywhere in the IBF. He's not ranked anywhere in the WBO. He's not ranked. So it really is frustrating, because you look at some of the guys he's beaten, good veteran fighters, notable names, guys like Jason Velez, guys like, who fought last night, Zolani Ndengeni. He fought Zolani Ndengeni, his 12th pro fight. Arnold Barbosa fought Zolani Ndengeni, his 29th pro fight. So levels. His last fight, he knocked out Jad Manakatili in 2 rounds. So Ernesto Tito Mercado, he's not with a big network or a big promoter, but quiet as kept, he has been amazing. Arguably the prospect of the year, honestly, but he just doesn't have that backing, so he's been overlooked, right? So who is it that I want to see Ernesto Mercado fight? I want to see Ernesto Mercado fight in the not so near future or the near future. I don't care when, but just as soon as possible. I think it'd be a great fight for boxing. I want to see him fight this gentleman right here, Adam Azim. Adam Azim and Ernesto Mercado, they both have similar amount of fights. I mean, Adam has 10 fights. Ernesto Mercado has 13 fights. Ernesto's boxed 37 rounds in the pros. Adam's boxed 46 rounds in the pros. They're very similar. The only difference between them is that Adam has a big promoter. Ernesto doesn't, which is why I think Adam is ranked and Ernesto isn't. Adam is ranked number 10 by the WBA, and he's not ranked anywhere else. But he's moving on with his career, and he's fighting for the European title next against Enoch Poulsen on February 3rd. So good for him. But I think this could be a big fight for the future because Adam Azim, going back to him real quickly, Adam Azim. He's a guy that's getting a lot of comparisons to Amir Khan. Some people think he's going to be better than Amir Khan. I've even heard people who hate Amir Khan that like Adam Azim say that he's Amir Khan if Amir Khan was actually good, which I think is kind of messed up. But, a lot of athleticism. Obviously, he's getting the knockouts. He's been an exciting prospect to watch in British boxing. So when you take what he brings to the table and you combine it with what Ernesto Mercado brings to the table, I think you have a fight, whether it be in the next year or 3 to 4 years from now. I think you have one of the most explosive and fun fights in the 140 division because of the fact that, you have two guys who, when you look at the way they fight, they both have those quick twitch muscle fibers. They both have great reflexes. They both have a tendency to knock guys out. They both, I think, exude a lot of confidence in how they fight in the ring. And, I think it's realistic, right? Because I know Adam Azim, he called out Tiafimo, he called out Devin and these guys, and that should be the ambition for all these guys. I know Ernesto Mercado, he's got history with Keyshawn Davis, and he feels he was hard done by the USA boxing staff and the people there, right? Because he feels that there was favoritism from USA Boxing. So they have their ambitions to fight those more notable names like Keyshawn Davis, like Shakur, like Devin, like Tito, and shoot for the stars. But from a realistic standpoint, I think the more realistic fight would be them fighting each other because of the stage of the career that they're at, the amount of experience they have at this moment in time, and the fact that I just think it's going to be a good fight for the networks in about a year. Because, and I gotta talk about Mercado, right? Because I mean, I'm still learning about him. I mean, he's still very fresh to me, very new to me, even though I made a video about him already. Ernesto Mercado, he's someone that I feel like in the next year or so, it would benefit him. Now I know it's easy for me to say while I got my ass plopped in this chair and I'm just yapping away, flapping my gums about boxing. It's easy for me to tell a fighter what I think he should do, right? But when you're in that position, you got to make smart, wise, tactful business decisions, right? So, I would like to see him sign with a promoter. It don't got to be a long-term deal, but just something to get him more known and raise his profile. Because, look, we've seen it in the past. You could have all the talent in the world, but if you don't sign with the right promoter, or if you don't sign up with a promoter who has a network behind them to put you on a platform where you're getting the exposure and your profile is raised, and you know what happens over time? You wind up being like a Demetrius Andrade, where you have all the talent in the world, but then you're behind the 8 ball and you can't get the fights you want because your market value isn't the highest, and you get screwed. So I would like Mercado in the next, this calendar year. I would say by the third quarter of this calendar year, I would like him to do something as far as his promotional situation, because it's just I think. If he doesn't, because I can already see with how things are going, with all the politics and the rankings, I can already see that, like, despite the fact that he's beating some good fighters, some notable fighters, he's a bit behind the 8 ball with where he should be ranked. And so these things pile up over time, and I just think that I want to get in a position because I want to see him fight Adam Azim. I think him and Adam Azim is a fight that the 140 division could use in a major way. And I think they both add a lot of value to the division. They both add a lot of value to the sport. They're both exciting. They're both the type of fighters that I think are worth boxing fans' attention, time, energy, and yeah. So this could be one for the future. I wanted to get my preliminary thoughts on this. I'm sure as these guys fight and guys get ranked and move up and whatnot, I'll have more updated thoughts on this. But these are my preliminary thoughts on this potential matchup for down the road. Because on True School Sport, we have a way of seeing things before they happen. So this will be no different. So yeah, leave your comments down below. What do you guys think about that matchup down the road? Ernesto Tito Mercado versus Adam Azim. Leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dang It. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure you subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.